Just before news time on Thursday night, a traffic mishap occurred here on the George Price Highway in the capital, Belmopan. Less than an hour later, Ephraim Kawa perished while receiving treatment at the Western Regional Hospital. 3 other persons traveling with him in the government-issued vehicle have since been admitted in critical condition. Shortly before 5 p.m., the government-issued vehicle of the Ministry of Rural Development was traveling to Belmopan following a workshop held in Belize City. Driver Dale Banner and his passengers, Kawa, Janine Neal, and Kendra Arnold, were on their way home when tragedy struck. Upon reaching this area between miles 46 and 47, a Ford SUV traveling in the opposite direction slammed into them.
Belmopan police visited between mile 46 and 47 of the George Price Highway, where they responded to a fatal traffic accident involving a government vehicle along with a Ford Explorer. The government vehicle was traveling to the direction of Belmopan, while the Ford Explorer was traveling to the direction of Belize City. A collision occurred between mile 46 and 47, and in respect of the collision, we had one fatal, who is now Ephraim Kawa.
Gravel now marks the spot where the collision occurred, but from what we were able to gather, a huge crater taking up the entire left portion of the pavement was once there. It is said that the SUV, driven at the time by 45-year-old Bert Ramos, avoided the pothole but swerved into the right lane, causing the accident.
We are still doing our groundwork pertaining to the investigation. Statements need to be recorded, and measurements have been taken. Sketch plan has been drawn, and when we are through with the statement taken, then we could actually know what actually transpired or who is at fault. But at this present moment, I will not be able to say who is at fault at this moment.
Have you been able to, from your investigation, have you been able to gather, like we have, that there's a pothole, a big crater that has been a nuisance to drivers, and it is believed that this incident happened in that exact vicinity or was possibly caused by that crater?
Just like what you got, this is what I understand. But like I said, and the investigation will show what actually caused the accident and who's at fault.
They went down to do some work in Belize City. I think it's a meeting and coming up. I think almost reaching Belmopan. There is some potholes on the highway, and I think one of the vehicles trying to divert from that. I'm not quite sure, and that's what caused the accident. I'm not quite sure exactly what's the situation on that, but I know that that's where the accident occurred.
Also traveling in the vehicle with Ramos were 19-year-old Siobhan Williams and 22-year-old Avery Flores. They sustained minor injuries and were treated and released from the Western Regional Hospital. Arnold and Banner were transported to the KHMH Thursday night, and by this afternoon, Neal was also transported to the KHMH. Her father, Mark Neal, says that her condition is critical.
Right now, the doctor has diagnosed her with a fracture on the right hand. She have a lot of body bruises, and I think she have a neck sprain. She have on the neck brace, and right now she have a swelling on the right side, the left side of her head, which continuously swelling, and right now we're getting ready to transport her to the Carl Hushner Hospital for a complete head scan and see what's the situation. But she's still in pain, and they just did an X-ray on her back, which I think her back is damaged. We're not quite sure how bad, but they're diagnosing that at this time. So I think it's a very good idea to take her to Belize for the CAT scan so we could see the further injury on her now.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.